when I aim up, elevating that game up, stepping up to the competition. Only first place, and that's how I'm living. I'm winning till they digging up my grave, eating all the things up on my plate. Game face when I step up in the place. I was born and when I watched me elevate. Watch me elevate.
My name is Antony.
How you doing today?
I'm good.
That's great.
31.
Okay, all right,
And,
31. Where are you originally from?
Philadelphia.
Can you please tell us your story, starting off with your childhood and what led you down, the road of drug addiction?
Starting off, I started off selling drugs. I hated drugs all around the board. Up until I was about 16, 17, I didn't want no parts of any drugs. I mean, I sold weed and a couple pills here and there, but I didn't like taking Tylenol. It just, I don't know, man. I don't know where I went. I guess I turned the corner when my pops died, and I was about 15. And all I did was work, man. I just worked, and I liked spending my money on the people I cared about. And I didn't care too much for saving money, and I made it. I spent it, and I moved out when I was like 16 on my own, and I was taking care of my girl and her brother, and I don't honestly, dude. I mean, I know where I kind of try to start, just getting sleep, man. I'm very hard with sleep. I don't sleep well when I'm sober. If I do sleep, it's very, very small naps. It's not, I've been through some stuff, but I can honestly say I had a good childhood, to the point to where my parents were good to me. My pops was, he was in and out. But my grandma made up for that, and my mom, she did the job of two, guaranteed. But besides that, I was angry, very angry. My pops left me on the windowsill all week, on weekends. That's where I spent most of my weekends, laying on the windowsill, looking out the window, waiting for him to show up. And one thing I can say is if I tell my daughters I'm coming, I show up. I'm definitely not the best dad, man, but I know that there's a lot of room for improvement. I can't really make excuses, man. It's just in all reality, this is choices that I make on my own, knowing that there's consequences to them, knowing that if I do certain things, that it's gonna take me from my kids. It's just, I guess, the non-reality of it at that moment, or thinking that I can weasel my way through it and finding the in and out loop. It's not because I don't, care, or because I don't love somebody. It's just because I feel as though I'm different. I can get around it. Everybody that does drugs, anybody that does drugs, that has a drug addiction, knows that as they're going to relapse for the first time, or as they're going to do that next drug, or to fuck up their lives on that fucked up path again, They know there's consequences. They know the repercussions of what's about to come. It's not like it's just like, oh, man, I was thinking about getting high, and then, bam, oh shit, what did I just do? Like, it's not the way it works. You play the scenario in and out of your head over and over again. So it's not like oh, I don't know what happened. We know what happened. We know how it led up to that. Because before we get high, we fight with ourselves over and over again for weeks, months, for however long. But in all reality, we already got high. Because our mindset is already in that junkie state of mind. I know me. I know for a fact before I just came home, I didn't want to get high at all. At the same time I did. Because just certain things that come along with it. You know, with just having fun with certain things. But it's not like you start doing certain drugs for certain reasons. You know, you do meth for partying with females and ecstasy and, all that stuff. And then you do, dope and stuff like that to bring you down, to numb the pain, numb the feelings, to take away that type of stuff. It feels, I feel terrible the moment after I do the drugs. It takes everything out of me, down to my soul. Like, it really turns me into a different person. Like, I am, from what I'm told and from what I see, if 10 out of 10 people are telling me the sky is blue, I mean, I'm gonna believe the sky is blue. Everybody's telling me that they love me and I'm two different people and I'm so easy to be around and they love being around me. But when I'm high, man, I'm very evil. Not evil. It just turns me into that's something weird to me. I don't know, man. I honestly, I'm to the point now, and I've said it, and I think I've meant it before, but I just now it's just I'm so tired of this life. This life that I'm living, it's just so degrading and not worthy of what we're meant to do. You got just the way, the lifestyle, it's terrible, man. It's not for us. It's not for anybody. It's not for animals. It's just things that people stoop to, come to do, just to get that next feeling. It's terrible, man. I've seen some terrible fucking things.
Well, what are some terrible things that you have seen?
I've seen people get their brains blown out over somebody telling them that there wasn't something happening that was with samples. You see people having their girls sell their ass just so that they can get high. And it's not because they don't love them. It's just because they're just they feel as though that is their way of showing they love them. And me personally, I couldn't do that. I honestly, that's why I've always isolated myself to be alone. I don't think I can honestly, one thing I can honestly say is I've never pushed drugs on anybody. Oh, just try this, do this. I honestly, I think I've always told everybody, nah, I don't do that. And it's not because I was trying to be greedy with the drugs or nothing. It's just because I know how miserable they made me. But there's certain reasons behind me doing what I've done and doing drugs, because it took certain things off my shoulders that I didn't want. Like what? Just certain things that I've been through, certain things that I've done that it ain't good. Yeah, things I've done when I was younger, things that I've been through, things that was kind of forced on me as a kid. Not sexually or nothing like that. Just things that I tried to be something I wasn't at a time that I shouldn't have been. Yeah, I was forced. I was not forced, but it was forced on me to I was always one of the people that stood up for me and other people around me. I've never liked bullies. I didn't bull. I just didn't. So, you know, if somebody said that I couldn't do something, or somebody said that somebody else was doing something that I did, I stood up for me and for people around me. I just trying to portray myself to be something that I wasn't. I was, you know, playing with guns at a very young age and knives, and I've always, you know, my mom was always like, what are you doing with all these weapons? And it was just something that I kind of regret. I really regret doing, because it took, you know, I ended up on this road. My cousin, you know, there was 3 or 4 of us that were in the circle at all times, and which was me and my right hand, my blood, my heart was my cousin Joey. Same thing with my brother. But the person that was right beside me at all times, that just knew how to do everything that I did and knew when to do what he was supposed to at all times, is just like, he wound up getting 21 years in prison.
For what?
3 armed robberies and a shootout with the cops.
Damn.
And then my little brother just came home from an 8-year sentence for shooting someone.
Damn.
And I wound up, you know, falling victim to this shit. Not victim. I can't even say that. It's not falling victim. It's choices that I took for certain reasons that I felt. And even now, it's just like me and my brother, like, we're like really not seeing eye to eye. He's in a different lifestyle, you know. He's been in jail since he was like 12. The most time he's got out on the street was like probably less than a year, you know, at once. He'd come home for that and then go back for a year or 2, 3 years, whatever.
Wow.
But this time he came home, I see him trying. He loses focus quick, and he goes right to the one thing he knows, and he grabs a pistol, and I was supposed to be at this point in my life having been settled with my own businesses, and so my brothers didn't have to struggle, and just my moms and everything. Like that's the person that I should be. That's the person that my mind is meant to be, and I was built to do more than what I'm doing, and I will. I pray to God that it gets to work itself out faster than it is, and I know that the only way that's going to happen is if I start. You know, everybody says, you know, you got to crawl for your walk, you got to put one step in front of the next, but it's getting to the point where it's just like, you know what, it's done slow paced, and like it's time to get busy with being determined on you know, grabbing what I want, and you know, because when I want to get from not being sick or being well, you know, I get it, no matter which way I look at it. Like, I'm gonna get that next fix to where I don't feel sick. So each day I should just determine my goals on to getting the next fix on my life. I know this, and I can think of this, and I can sit here and put it together here, but it's just like when it comes down to doing it, you know what I mean? And playing it out the way it's supposed to be played out. It's staying focused. It's so easy to lose track, and so easy just to say fuck it. You know.
So tell us currently, what drugs are you you are addicted to?
Addicted to meth and whatever they're calling that. It's fentanyl, but whatever they putting in that. I can't say I'm really addicted to it because I don't do it all the time. I kind of do it more to come down from the meth, but I've been finding myself doing it more frequently, and it's just like I see people doing 4, 5, 6, 7 bags in one time. And when I do it, I do the half a bag, and that's too much.
How does it make you feel?
It depends on where you get it from. It depends on what it is. It's just like it's Russian roulette, man. You might as well give me a gun and let me drop a show and decide on, because that's the chance we take. That's the chance I take every time, man. Can't tell you how many times I woke up with the nasty ass taste in my mouth, with the paramedics over me, and soaking wet from people throwing water on me, saying that you were just dead. My mom saying I was just dead. And all I want to do is jump up and go get, more drugs because now I'm fucking completely sick and feel like shit. You know what I'm saying?
Right. So in a day out here in Kensington, what's a day out here look like for you?
I take it by that, man. Literally, like today, I haven't slept in like 2 days. I maybe 2 days, something like that, but I haven't really been sleeping because at this point I really don't have many options to go.
Can you please let us know what are the consequences of using meth? So for those who haven't gotten into it, who are thinking about getting into it, let them know what they're getting involved with. Hello, brother?
Yeah, I'm here.
What are the good and what are the bad?
100%. You can guarantee that you're gonna definitely be paranoid with almost everything around you, no matter if it's somebody you trust and care about, down to somebody you don't know. You're gonna second guess everything. You're going to. It's just, when it comes down to, you always think somebody's out to get you. Depending on, it's not really the meth that does this to you. It's more so the sleep deprivation, man. When you don't sleep, and then the combination of being high, it's so bad. And I mean, I can't tell you half of the shit that I went through.
Yeah.
I mean, I've seen shadow people. I've shot at these shadow people, and there's nobody around. But after day 2, day 3, the longest I've ever stayed up was 3 days. At that point, your body starts shutting down. I've heard people say they stay up for 6, 7, 8, 9 days. It's impossible physically. Your body, you could think that you are, but your body shuts down after a while. Even if you take a cat nap. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
It does fucked up things to your body, to your skin.
And is that what it does to you?
Yeah, man. It's like, I don't know if it's because of what they're cutting it with or what, but it's like it finds.
And what is that from the meth or that's from the fentanyl?
It's from the meth. It finds its way out. Okay. Whatever's in it, pesticides or what, but.
And it's on your hands too?
Yeah, man. I mean, and I don't shoot up in my hands. I don't do none of that. This just comes out right here, and if you push on it hard enough, man, this pus comes out.
Wow.
It's not good, man.
Do you go to the hospital to try to get that checked out?
It's not nothing. It's just that, like right when I stopped doing it, like when I stopped doing it,
and does that hurt? Doesn't hurt?
No, it's like you said.
It's like, so you definitely need some antibiotics and stuff. So
right when I stop doing the drug,
yeah,
it stops.
It stops.
It goes away. I need. I use this. It's alright.
So that's some of the negative side effects of using meth.
It's terrible because after after a while, like it can go into your. This is another thing too, like. From doing this and constantly putting it into your body, it's you can wind up with endocarditis, which is
yeah, that's not good, right? I know a lot of people who die from that.
Yeah, it goes to your heart.
And it's, what else do you have it?
Right
it's
there.
all over?
I just there in my hands.
Well, so guys, you get to see the side effects of using meth. Destroys your body.
This is like embarrassing. It's terrible.
You giving us a real perspective, so people who trying to get into the drug, they know what to expect. Is there any satisfaction of using this drug?
At first, if you could, honestly, like if you could do this drug on a weekend type basis to where like once a weekend, every weekend, one time, you do it, it'd be amazing. Especially like if you're into like, well, everybody's into like, spending time with their significant other. Like it's just like it really gets. Yeah. It could turn into be something fun. But it could also be terrible because you constantly are paranoid on somebody doing something else, you being cheated on, or seeing something in somebody's phone. It's just like you turn into a whole detective.
So it make you delusional?
Not delusional. It just makes you paranoid. It makes you. It makes you think that people are doing things to you that are not really happening.
So let's talk about yesterday. Yesterday, I don't know what type of drugs you was on, but you was out of it, and you left all your belongings on the street. And I saw your cell phone, your book bag, and I held on to it because I didn't want nobody to take it. And I followed you to see if you was gonna come to yourself so I can give it to you, but you was in the streets. You was all over the place. Now tell me, were you aware of what was going on yesterday when you was in that trance?
No.
You wasn't aware of anything, huh? And that's crazy, man.
I didn't remember talking to you.
See? I was following you. You could have got hit by a car. You was in the streets, and that's from the meth.
No.
What was that?
That's from the mixture.
The mixture of what?
You doing dope after it's just not sleeping. It's more so the fentanyl.
So that's what fentanyl.
Whatever they're cutting it with, it's just like it tranquilizes you like mentally, and I think they say that I have what is it called? An allergy to it.
Oh, you okay? All right.
So that
I'm glad you're okay, and I'm glad I saw you today. I was able to return your stuff to you. I'm glad you're in a better, state of mind right now, and I really appreciate you doing this interview.
I appreciate you.
I know, how you feel about it.
You didn't even know me, and regardless of my stuff, you made sure that I was.
Yeah, you're a human being, brother. And I know if I was
but see, that's the thing right there. Like even that, like me being in this state of mind, in this point of, in this paragraph in my life, it's. I looked the other way for that type of thing. Like, get the fuck away from here. Like you took the time to make sure I didn't get hit by a car and all that. Like, I can't tell you how many times I walked over people that were blue, that I could have helped.
Yeah.
And I just didn't care to because I didn't. It's just like I had something to do.
Well, I knew it wasn't you. It wasn't the real you.
Yeah, but
it was the
like
demon.
that's what I'm saying. That's like you being a good person, and it just tells you like the difference between somebody that's on drugs and somebody that's not on drugs. Like,
because I walked past some people, they was like, just put his stuff on the floor. That's not your problem. I'm like, that's being heartless. That's not my problem. It is my problem now because I can relate to this guy because he's not himself right now. It's something else that's controlling him. So when you want somebody to do that for you, if you was being controlled by, I call that the devil. You was being controlled by the devil because that wasn't you.
See, my whole thing is, right, it's not, it might look terrible, right? And this is me speaking truthfully. It might look terrible. But in all reality, the only thing I remember is right after I get high, it feels good, I get a good rush, and that's it.
So how long does it last?
I don't know. I don't know where it started. I know that I did it about 1.5 miles away.
So would you consider that a good batch that you had that made you, flip out like that, or was that a bad batch?
It's not. You're not supposed to get. I don't know where that ever started. You see that a lot now, like people acting real, like crazy and can't control their body, and that's not normal. That's not heroin.
Fentanyl.
It's not even fentanyl. That shit is something else.
A lot of these people mixing these things with household
tranquilizer and all types of stuff, man. It's just like.
So, where do you see yourself in the next 3 years?
I hope to see myself in my own house.
That's cool.
With my kids.
What message do you have for your 2 daughters if they were supposed to watch this video?
Is very embarrassing, and I'm extremely sorry for this taking so much longer than it should have. And the love, the way, and my love for you outweighs anything in this world that I just got lost for a little while.
Got you, brother. At least you have the conscience of knowing that this shit is not the way you're supposed to be living. Because a lot of people think this is an okay life to live. So that means you still there. This shit is not you. And you have conscience. You seem like you love your daughters very much, because when we started, that's all you kept talking about. So, stay fighting, man. Don't give up, man. You're a nice looking guy. You could be a model. When I look at you, I see, a person that could be a model. Okay, so besides the drugs, let's get off the drugs and let's just talk about you as a person. What are some things that you like to do? Things that make you happy in life?
I don't know. I've lost touch with that. And that's where I struggle, trying to figure out what makes me happy now.
Do you have any, talents, any skills that you?
Yeah.
What are some of your skills or talent that you have?
9 out of 10 things you name, I probably am good at.
I'm sorry, I didn't hear you.
I have very many talents.
Can you tell us a few? Because we love people with talents. I always try to encourage.
I could build houses, I cut hair, I could play basketball, football, I could...
Nice. So are you still able to do some of these things still
I could do
out
all
here?
of them things still.
You said what?
I could do all of them.
So you still do it out here? Even though you're going through a tough time in life, do you still do those things? Play basketball?
Yeah, I still work.
Okay.
You know, not as much, not as frequent as I should be, but
So how do you support your habit? What do you do to get money?
You know, sell drugs. And
What about clothes? Finding clothes to wear and food to eat? How you go about handling that?
I mean, I work. I have family.
Okay.
I have
What about shelter? Where do you sleep?
family.
Sleep with your family?
Families, and lately it's been rough, man.
Where have you been sleeping lately? Just out here?
Bouncing around, man.
Got you. You ever thought about going to the shelter or anything?
What I need to do is I need to be what I'm supposed to be, and that's stop worrying about where and finding a place to sleep, and start finding a home
Right.
to have my kids raising.
Well, that's good. So at least you have a short-term goal for yourself then, huh?
A short-term goal, it's just a goal period. It's just to be able to leave this where it belongs.
Yes.
This whole picture, this whole video, this needs to be left in the past.
Got you. Well, I'll keep you in my prayers, and I'm sure the audience, when this video drops, they're going to also keep you in their prayers. And we are a very positive community. We uplift people. We don't bring people down. A lot of the people on the channel are also active in their addiction and also are recovered, and some haven't experienced addiction, so this like open their eyes that you guys have problems. If you can travel to any country or place in the world, where would you go?
Italy.
Italy, why?
That's where my dad's from.
What's your favorite season of the year?
Fall.
Why is that?
It's just the weather.
Okay. What are some of your favorite foods?
My favorite food. Like, first and foremost, I love all food. There's not really many things that you could put in front of me that I'm not a picky eater. I enjoy all food, but my favorite food are tacos and cheesesteaks.
Okay. Do you have a favorite band or artist?
I like Lil Durk.
Lil Durk.
I like Lil Wayne.
Okay, you like rap music, huh?
Yeah, man, I like R&B. I actually, as I'm getting older, I'm starting to listen to more country.
Okay, country got some flavor also.
They say people don't change, yeah. I think as time changes, as time goes on, people go on, people change.
Absolutely.
And that's without even trying, it just happens on its own.
Yep. So we would like to know what's your zodiac sign?
Taurus.
Yo, it's like the first time I ever had a Taurus on the show. Shout out to all the Taurus. Say what's up to your boy. Show him some love. When you was a little boy, what do you want to become when you grow up?
I don't know. I mean, I really enjoyed playing football.
Okay.
But then I also really enjoyed just doing a little bit of everything. I don't know, just being a businessman.
Okay. All right. Do you have a religious or spiritual belief?
I believe in a higher power.
Where do you believe you'll go when you die?
That, I don't know.
Okay. Are you a high school or college graduate?
I made it to the end, to 12th grade.
You had a favorite subject in school?
My favorite subject was math.
Math. Wow, he's a smart guy. Not too many people I know like math, including myself. I hate math. So big up to you, man. You're the number man. So now, when you look at yourself in the mirror now, what do you see?
A letdown.
If you had 3 wishes in this world, what would your 3 wishes be?
I wish that I knew then what I know now.
Okay,
I wish that I would have stayed in class instead of running the halls and selling drugs.
And your last wish?
I would wish for 3 more wishes.
Now, this final question would be, if you had a message to send to the world, what would your message be?
For whatever reason, you decide of how you want to live your life, whether it's good, bad, whether you want to be a drug dealer or a killer or whatever, or want to be a doctor. Just make sure that's what you want, and that's what you want to get out of life. Because as long as you're willing to accept everything that comes along with your choice of who you want to be, that's all that matters. If you want to be a good person, then be a good person. If you want to be somebody that nobody wants to be around, and be prepared to be lonely. And if you want to be a people pleaser and make sure that everybody that knows you or talks about you talks good and is happy with you, then be prepared to be exhausted. If you just want to be your own person and be happy, that's a very easy thing to do. And just live every day as you want.
Damn, that was deep. Guys, that was the deepest one I heard so far since I've been doing this show. So this brother has a lot of knowledge and still has everything, intact. And, we wish him all the best. Is there anything that you're in need of that we can help you with, clothes-wise, or anything, resources or anything? Feet wear, anything like that you need, hygiene products?
No, I'm good right now, man.
You good?
I'm good, bro.
Okay, bro. Okay, guys, we want to tell Anthony thank you so much for opening up and, giving us a little knowledge about addiction and, what to look forward to if you do come down this road. We appreciate him. When this video drop, show him a lot of support. I'm out here and we'll run into him again if he's still out here, and we're going to continue. Okay, so Anthony, we about to wrap this up. Peace out, AML Films, and we out there. Peace.